What would you do if I told you Monke
Tier List?
Welcome back, Primate Nation, to another vid by your boy, Jovan. This one, we're doing a tier list. Something that's never been done before. Totally not just this trend that's been going on for too long. But either way, it's still fun, especially when certain ones haven't been made. It just so happens nobody has made a list for primates in movies. So, figured that'd be something that I could do. So, a little disclaimer, there are real monkeys, real apes, and then there are fake ones. Now you might be thinking, get those fake ones out of here, but let me stop you right there. I'm not about to rate real animals on their acting ability. I think that's immoral. Plus, I don't want to perpetuate using these live wild animals in film, especially now we don't have to with the, miracle of CGI. So I've made a separate little tier spot at the bottom here for live animals. We're not going to rate them. That is unjust, but we want to acknowledge them. So we got a little list of them here, and then for all the fake ones that were either people in suits or just straight CGI or whatever it is, we're going to rate those guys like to Kingdom Come. Okay, first one we got here, this little guy, he's a live animal. His name's Cheeta, and he was in the Tarzan series in the 1930s. So that guy goes pretty far back as far as cinema history. Next, so long as we're following the cinema history timeline here, if we're gonna do it by date, you got our boy King Kong. We're dropping that guy all the way up on S tier. Who you kidding? If you haven't seen the video, which I know you have, check out Kong is Best, but come on, he's the king. Who you kidding, eh? Moving on, we got King Louie. This guy, he's no king. Get the hell out of here. He's going down to D because he's the enemy. I mean, we're trying to follow our boy Mowgli through the jungle, and then this orangutan, he tries to manipulate him. He's a bad apple. Come on, this isn't one of those things like dogs where everyone gets a 13 out of 10. It's like, nah, this guy, he's a bad actor. He's a villain, so we're gonna put him down to the D tier. Following the second king, we have Moonwatcher. Moonwatcher, it wouldn't be a surprise if you didn't actually know his name, but that is the ape that picks up, or he's not an ape, he's kind of like an ape man, because it's past the point of delineation, but regardless, in the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey, he is the primate that picks up a bone and sort of teaches himself how to use it as a weapon and sort of evolves his entire clan after touching the mysterious monolith, right? He's God tier. If it wasn't for this creature, we wouldn't have civilization as we know it. It was like the first step. So even though he's a violent guy, so is the king. I'm also not trying to perpetuate violence, but I'm just saying, those two, they're S tier. They're God tier. Come on. Following that, we have Raffles. Raffles is a live monkey, so he goes down here, hanging out with Kurt Russell there. Raffles was in the movie Barefoot Executive. It's a film that came out in 1971. Not much to say about it. I have not seen the film. Following Raffles, we have General Aldo. This guy is definitely a man in a suit, but he's chilling. We're gonna put him at B tier. He seems noble. I mean, even if he's a bad guy, I don't think he is. I mean, I haven't seen Battle of the Planet of the Apes. That's the one that came out in, 1973, I think? The dude's chill, come on. Gorillas are giant, they're violent, but they can also be chill, right? Immediately following the general, you have Dr. Zaius. This guy, you figured you put him in B tier as well, but, I don't know, he kind of rubs me the wrong way. I don't know if it's just his look, right? It's this weird kind of chin beard he's got going on, but, that poor fella's gonna go down to C tier. Again, I have not seen the movie, so I'm basing this purely on looks. Context might help in this scenario, but I mean, this list will be available to the public, so by all means, make your own list, rate it, compare it, tell me where I'm wrong. Either way, he didn't originate in the same movie as General Aldo. He actually came from the Planet of the Apes series that started a year later in 1974. Up next, we have Clyde. He's gonna go in the live animal section. He is hanging out with, what the heck's that guy's name? It's not Harry. What the heck? What's that actor's name? Clint Eastwood, that's it, thank you. Clyde's hanging out with Clint Eastwood there from the movie Any Which Way But Loose from 1978. Another one I haven't seen. What can I say? I was born in the 90s. Unfortunately, that actually brings us nicely to our next one here, Rafiki from The Lion King, which came out in 1974. That was after I was born. This guy's great. He gets an A tier. Who you kidding, eh? He's chill, you know? He's a crazy baboon. This guy's an actual monkey. He's the first monkey that we got here. The rest are all apes, but yeah, he's a cool guy. He's a cartoon, and then he was turned into a scary live-action thing in 2019 with way less charisma, but he's mysterious. He's chill, you know? He's this guiding factor. I don't know. He's like the Gandalf of the Lion King universe. After Rafiki, we have this ginger gorilla named Amy from the movie Congo, which came out in 1995. That's another, even though they came out after I was born, it's another one I missed. I'm gonna put this guy at the C list just because the animatronic looking face is not very convincing, at least not to me. Sorry, but what do you think? Our next pick is another live animal. This guy's name is Dunston from Dunston Checks In, which came out in 1996. Another movie I have not seen. However, I watched the trailer for it, and it's got your boy George from Seinfeld, and somehow, even though this came out after Seinfeld, he grew hair miraculously. I don't know what happened there, but following that, we have Ape from George of the Jungle. It's an ape named Ape. It's a talking gorilla. It's pretty miraculous in and of itself. Yeah, if you guys have not seen George of the Jungle, I mean, come on. Came out in 1997. It's got Brendan Fraser looking as jacked as ever. It looks like he got the Marvel treatment before that was a thing, you know? Yeah, like, I don't know if that was just the sex appeal or what was going on there, but I was like, holy shit, there's a little scene where he's coming out of the shower and he's just oiled up. It's a great movie. That sounds weird to say that they got those strange, suggestive imagery, but dope movie. I don't know. Following that, we got Joe, the Mighty Joe Young. Hey, how you doing? That's me! No, but that's one that I saw right when it came out. It's a giant gorilla. I mean, what else do you need, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a Disney movie. I don't know. It was interesting to see a movie where the main character has my name and it's just a giant creature. I was like, nice. Mighty Joe Young. Yeah. All right, next you got your boy Jack from MVP, also known as Most Valuable Primate. It's a movie that came out in the year 2000, so we're not gonna rate him. He goes in the live animal section, but he would get an easy A from me just because growing up I had this movie on VHS and I just watched it over and over again. Super heartwarming story, but I won't say much else. All I'll say is it's definitely worth a watch. It is made by the same studio that made all the Air Bud movies with the Golden Retriever, except this time it's a chimpanzee playing hockey. Next you got another live animal. You got Crystal the monkey. Now this fella, he's the second monkey out of this entire ape list that we got going on here. Crystal the monkey is kind of a celebrity. I didn't know this until looking into it, but like, he was in the Night at the Museum, first and second movie from 2006 to 2014. He was in the Hangover Part 2. Yes, he's that monkey smoking cigarettes and dealing drugs. He was also in the 2011 Matt Damon film, We Bought a Zoo. Yeah, very interesting. So this guy's a celebrity. I mean, granted, I'm sure the other apes were in a bunch of stuff, but this guy has like notable fame from our time, right? But either way, on to the next boy. You got CGI Caesar. There was obviously an original Caesar from the 1970s, Planet of the Apes, but I decided to use this guy because he is of our time. Caesar's great. He gets an A tier because he's a leader. This is Andy Serkis, does the mocap. So you got Smeagol. You got actually that picture I'm using there, the 2005 King Kong was also him. He's a mocap legend. And in this, he's Caesar. He's a bro. Come on. He would be the king if he believed in that, but he believes in a democracy, I think. I don't actually remember. There you go. You got your boy Caesar. Following him, we have another live animal. This guy's name is Nim. I'm putting him in this category like this far down in the timeline because there's a documentary that came out in 2011 called Project Nim. However, this chimpanzee is actually from the 70s. This chimp is not an actor, but the documentary's main focus is on this chimp, so in that case, it's kind of like, he's the main character, even though it's a documentary. Moving on, we got Orange Juice, this CGI fella from the 2012 movie Life of Pi. Seems chill enough, so I'm gonna put him in, I don't know, B or C. I'm gonna put him in C, just because it turns out that this orangutan isn't actually an orangutan. It was the boy's imagination, and it was really like his mother who was like attacked by the tiger, who was really a guy or something. So moving on from there, we got Red. Red is another ginger gorilla. This guy's going in D tier. Red is from the 2017 movie War for the Planet of the Apes, and he's a betrayer. He's helping the humans kill primates. This guy's a monster. I mean, sure, there's a turnaround, there's a character arc, right? I mean, he tries to redeem himself, but come on. Get the hell out of here. You're going down to D tier, buddy. Next up, we got George from the movie Rampage, which came out in 2018. I had made this list a little earlier, and I originally, I think, put him in A, but I'm gonna put him down to B now. There's nothing necessarily wrong with this albino gorilla. He's a cool guy. He's best friends with The Rock. I mean, what more do you need in life? But he doesn't have much of a character growth. He's just a bro the whole time. Then he gets a little confused once the chemical hits him and he turns into a giant, right? But yeah, so I'll put him right next to the other giant gorilla, you know, just to pan things out, I don't know. And finally, this guy's not gonna be ranked. It is a live chimp. It's Johnny from Borat 2. He's the celebrity in Kazakhstan who ends up unfortunately getting eaten by Borat's daughter in the crate on their way to America. A tragic way to go, but he'll always be remembered in all of our hearts. So there you go. There it is. That is my ranking of primates in movies. You gotta love them. We live in a day and age now where we don't necessarily need to be like forcing these live animals to perform for us. Crystal seems like he's having a fun time, Crystal the monkey, but otherwise the other guys just have them as cameos. And speaking of cameos, there's obviously a lot of, you know, different primates that, like live primates that have been in media, and I guess also fake ones, but, you know, there are other ones that I missed, and I think it's, to me, I was like, they're not that prevalent, right? There's a few that are shows in there, like the 1930s Cheetah chimp down there. Also, fun fact about that, the character Cheetah did not exist in the literature of Tarzan. It was only once they were making the show in the 30s that they like introduced this new character, which kind of sounds to me like the executive producers like went to Africa and found a chimp, or they like bought one off the black market or something. It was like, oh, this is so fun, let's put in the movies an excuse to have a chimp around. Either way, there you go. Thanks for jumping on, fellow Primate Natiors. Until the next one, sleep well, primates, and I'll see you next time. Peace!